Hey everyone. It feels like every single day there's another jaw-dropping AI demo that's supposed to change the world, right? But what if the real AI revolution isn't happening in those big, flashy product launches? What if it's happening way more quietly, right inside the tools you're already using every single day? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into today.
And, it's easy to see why we all think this way. We see AI generating incredible video from just a sentence, or writing crazy complex code. And every new launch comes with these huge world-changing promises. It feels like this constant storm of massive leaps forward. And yeah, it's exciting for sure. But it can also make you feel like you're falling behind, can't it?
And that brings us to the real core idea of this whole thing. See, while everyone's watching the fireworks from all those big demos, there's a much quieter and honestly way more important revolution happening in the background. And this is the one that's already changing how we work, how we think, and even how we compete.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the AI hype machine, what everyone's seeing. Then we'll dive into the invisible revolution to see what's really going on. After that, we'll look at a familiar pattern from tech history, cover the new speed of change, and wrap it all up with how you can find your real advantage. Sound good? Let's jump in.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI hype machine. And this is the part you know well, right? It's all about those big announcements, the big demos, and the huge reactions online. This is what's filling up all our social media feeds, isn't it? You've got the viral clips, these dramatic launches, this big focus on how fast everything is, how creative it is, and all these promises about some future superintelligence. But here's the thing. While this part of the story is super loud, it's not the part that's actually going to affect your day-to-day life the most. Not even close.
And that brings us right into Section 2, which is where we find the real story, the invisible revolution. This is where we're going to look past all that noise from the demos and focus on why integration is the thing that truly matters.
So you've really got these two different stories going on. On one side, you have the hype, which is all about speed, creativity, these huge, obvious leaps. But the reality? That's where the real power is. It's about integration, invisibility, and leverage. It's about the quiet stuff that becomes so normal you don't even see it, but it gives you the power to do your work better and faster. So what do I actually mean when I say integration? Well, think of it this way. AI is no longer a destination you have to go visit, like some special website or chatbot. Instead, it's becoming a feature that's just there. It's sitting right inside the tools you already use every day. Like that little AI summary button in your document editor, or the smart reply suggestions in your email. It's becoming so invisible that our behavior starts to change without us even noticing. And here's the interesting part. While this whole AI shift feels totally new, it's really not. We're now in Section 3, a familiar pattern. Because, honestly, we've seen this exact movie play out before with other huge technologies. Just think about it for a second. GPS, email, smartphones. Every single one of them started out as this kind of weird novelty for just a few early adopters, right? And now we literally can't imagine our lives without them. They all follow the exact same path to becoming essential.
And it turns out there's a pattern to it. These 4 stages of adoption. First, a technology is just optional, right? A novelty. Remember those clunky GPS devices you had to stick on your dashboard? That was stage 1. Then it becomes helpful. It gets built into our phones and suddenly provides a clear benefit. After that, it becomes expected. It's just the standard way things are done. And finally, it's essential. We're at a point now where it's a real disadvantage not to use GPS. Well, guess what? Integrated AI is just flying through these same stages, but at an incredible speed.
Okay, which brings us to Section 4, the new speed of change. So if this is just a familiar pattern we've seen before, you might be asking, what's the big deal? Well, the answer is one single, massive, game-changing thing: speed. This time, it's different.
Seriously, just think about this for a second. The whole smartphone revolution, that took about a decade to really unfold. But what we're seeing with AI integration, it's like that entire 10-year cycle is being compressed down into maybe a year, or in some cases, just a few months. The pace is absolutely breathtaking. So here's the really crucial takeaway from all this. The gap that matters now, it isn't between the experts and the beginners anymore. Nope. The real gap is between the fast and the slow. It's between the people who adapt quickly and the ones who are waiting on the sidelines for things to become clear, which, by the way, might never happen. Speed is the new advantage. And all of this leads us to our final and honestly most important section, your real advantage.
Because once you can see this pattern for what it is, you can stop just reacting to all the hype, and you can start making some really smart strategic moves.
You know, the whole hype machine wants you to see AI as a threat, right? It's all about automation and replacement. But the quiet reality is that this is a massive opportunity for leverage. It's not about you being replaced by AI, it's about you using these integrated tools to amplify your own skills, to make you better, faster, and way more valuable.
And this, right here, is probably the most important thing to remember. Chasing every single shiny new AI tool that comes out, that is a perfect recipe for burnout. The people who are really going to win in this new world, they're not the ones chasing trends. They're the ones who step back, recognize this quiet pattern of integration, and figure out how to use it.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Now that you can see the pattern, where are you going to look for your advantage? Seriously, look past the big headlines. In your own work, in your own industry, where is this invisible revolution already happening? Because if you can find it, you will find your single biggest advantage. Thanks for watching.